The basic pattern of this examination is that you will be tested on 5 areas and not on four. Till now, we had only 4 areas that they tested us on, and these areas were quantitative technique and data interpretation, which included concepts of mathematics, and we had logical reasoning. Then we had language comprehension and general awareness. These were the four traditional sections of the examination. But this year they have also added innovation and entrepreneurship section. So we have the fifth section. Now this is an optional section, and if you are interested in writing this section, then you will be asked to write it. Otherwise, you will be asked to write only the traditional four sections. Questions, number of questions would be 25 each in each section. You would have 125 if you're writing the innovation and entrepreneurship section also, with a total of 500 marks if you write all the sections. And if you write four, then it's going to be out of 100 marks each. The pattern will have +4 for the correct answer and -1 for the wrong answer.
Each of quant, LR, and language comprehension have 25 questions each with a marking scheme of +4 and -1.
As you know, that time is very short and we have to do a lot of preparation. Then what really needs to be done at this stage is that you should try to now revise and try to prepare yourself on your strong points. Not much can be done about your weak points. Therefore, you have to make sure that you have to strengthen your strong points so that you do well in them. This is an examination which is actually going to test you on not only your knowledge and skills, but also on speed. So, speed becomes a very important factor here. And when we have to make sure that we do well, you should not spend too much time on judging whether you're going to do this RC passage or not. Invariably, when we read the passage for about half a minute or 45 seconds, we don't understand it, to be able to answer all the questions. So there is a feeling that maybe this is tough. And honestly speaking, it's not very easy to decide whether this passage is doable or not doable. Therefore, please do not spend too much time thinking whether you should do this or not. My suggestion to you would be that you jump into the first passage without much ado, because time is a very important factor, and if you are sure that you are good at many other areas and not good at this particular area, let's say this is a passage on psychology, and you have psychology as a great weak point, and all others you're very strong, then of course you can afford to skip a passage on psychology. But I see a lot of students are almost at the same level in most of the topics. Therefore, if you discard one topic and go to the other topic, maybe you're not so good at that also. And otherwise also, we may get, let's say psychology is not my favorite topic. Now I may get an easy passage on psychology or no. And let's say economics is my favorite topic. Can I get a difficult passage on economics? So why should I be deciding purely on the basis of the subject of the passage? All right. So feel absolutely comfortable doing any topic. Yes, if you're particularly weak in some topics, if you're particularly weak at some terms that come in the passages, try to make yourself comfortable. You have enough time right now. Make sure that you're reading these terms, you're reading these kind of passages so that you get a little comfortable with them. So jump head on, into the first passage, maybe the second also. And if you have to decide between the third and fourth, you probably can take a call.
It was a 3-hour exam last year, and this year it will be 3.5-hour exam with an optional section of 30 minutes. Now 3 hours is enough for 100 questions, hence students usually don't face challenges with time considering the level of complexity in CMAT and 25 questions of GK. Hence, accuracy is more important here. So start with a section which you are comfortable with.
Your grammar vocab needs to be of good quality. Vocab, not much can be done. So don't worry about vocab now, and don't spend, special attention, or don't spend too much time picking up vocab now. Because at the last minute, you cannot improve your vocabulary vastly. Therefore, just depend on all the words that are coming to you while you're going through your process of learning, and try to add as many words as possible to your vocab. All right. Regarding parajumbles, do practice some questions on parajumbles also, some paragraph-based questions, paraclosure, find out the missing sentence. So do some questions on that. I'm sure you'll be able to handle those also.
I suggest students to cover below topics well: equations, ratio and proportion, percentages, profit loss, averages and mixtures, LCM HCF, factors and divisibility, speed time distance, time and work, simple interest, compound interest, algebra, permutations and combination for quants, deductive reasoning, series, coding, abstract reasoning, relationships, directions and syllogisms for LR, reading comprehension, grammar, parajumbles and vocabulary for language comprehension. For GK, you need to have knowledge of both static and current affairs. Don't spend too much time on questions you are uncertain of. As an example in quants, considering the level of difficulty in previous years, you would be able to solve a question within a couple of minutes if you know it. Two most important points are: first, not wasting time on things you don't know. Second, attempting questions which you are unsure of, as this impacts both accuracy and attempts. Then maintain composure and be confident of your preparation.
Honestly telling you, if you are able to get about 80% accuracy and you attempt about 26 to 28 questions, you should get a reasonably good percentile and can hope to get a good B school.
Usually it requires more than 99.2 percentile to get a good call based on CMAT score.